I was contemplating today because I'm a little tired. And recently I've been having a day of rest, 1 day of rest a week. And yeah, so I'm a little bit tired. So we're going to do this for as long as I can and then get off. Okay. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. These are always general messages. Bing, bang, bang. Bing, bang, boom. Okay. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, there's a lot of water here. So I'm not sure if you are a water sign or if water is around you. Okay, but it seems like somebody has a choice to make here. Some type of choice coming up. Okay, and I feel like your spirit guides are going to kind of guide you through this, because it looks like something is unbalanced. Like literally my rocks, the rock fell as soon as I started, and now I just knocked a crystal. Okay, so that is like chaos with balance. And then resurrection, what's on the bottom? Tolerance. Like there's so much blue here. I don't know if your favorite color is blue, or again, with this water energy, there's more blue. Metamorphosis. Conjuring a legacy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I feel like somebody's higher self is definitely speaking. And I was thinking, I'm like, sometimes you get into this time of your life when suddenly it's like you need to leave a legacy, like you need to leave your imprint on the world, and whatever that is, right? Suddenly it's like somebody wants to be recognized in something they create. Okay, metaverse, something that they are, something that they put together themselves, they mix together, they whip together, right? It's a wonderful creation, of self-expression of somebody. Okay. And I think why this is coming out, because I think somebody has tolerated kind of being nothing for a really long time, and now they want to be something. They want to be seen, they want to be heard, they want their splash at life, they want to go surf the waves, they want to do something, but they have to clear the energy around them first. They have to clear and balance the energy around them, the chaos around them. So there's an alchemy choice of a creation coming. And future love letter with create, where I feel like whatever this is that you're going into, look at something in your community. It's divine feminine is going to be doing something in her community, and it's going to leave a mark. It's going to leave People are going to know you were there. And there's the witch doctor. Miracles. Codes of nature. Oh my God. So there definitely is a divine feminine leaving her legacy. And that's about to leave or imprinting her legacy. Okay. And I'm getting tattooing. Right? Because, you know, even with this, like doing these videos, doing these episodes, whatever we call them, they're going to be here forever. Unless I choose to delete them, they'll be on YouTube forever. That's my legacy, right? These videos are timeless. They can be seen and viewed in a million different ways on a million different days, right? It's endless energy. And same with songwriting, right? Writing books, you imprint, you leave your legacies somewhere, something that you speak, something that is created by you, right? That's how you leave your mark. Even if it's, oh my gosh, in my hometown, we have these paintings on the GO station, outside the GO station walls, right downtown. And they have been there since the 90s. There are Sunfires. I don't know if you remember the car. It's called a Sunfire. Okay, if you don't know it, trust me, it's fine. But they were the most generic GM car ever made in the entire world. And they're still on the road today because that's how amazing they were. And there's just a lineup of Sunfires. Okay, like it's incredible. It's still there. Like that's somebody's legacy. Like somebody drew that and painted that. And it's going to be there forever, right? That's imprinting. That's leaving yourself somewhere. That's, right? Putting your codes in nature. Okay, so there is this notion that somebody wants to do this with you, and this is a solo mission. You're lined up to do this solo. It's a solo magic. It does not involve anybody else. You know, because then somebody could pop in and be like, oh yeah, well, you know, if this is what you want to do, I'll give you this. I'll give you a shop. I'll 50-50 with you. It's a great idea. No. This is your baby. Okay? It's like people who again, with the songwriting, people who decide not to go with record labels. They can do it on their own. They choose to do it on their own. They're not just going to make all this music and then give the right way to somebody, right? It's like that. Like you don't, nowadays with social media being our main advertising tier, you really don't need anybody else. Like, I mean, if you start this on your own, fucking do it on your own. Unless somebody comes in that is willing to help you kind of scotch free in some way because maybe they owe you something, don't let it come into the project now and then demand their piece of the pie in the end when you're the one that did all the work. Okay, like this is solo lined magic. Okay, especially like if this is a witch, then, you know, if you're doing magic, you have to do this magic on your own. It can't be done with other people. Okay, because other people are going to put their influence in it. And this divine feminine right now needs to be in the void, doing this magic completely on her own. Okay, to create. They can't be seduced into something else. This has to be, literally, it says right here, solo magic. Because it's solo magic. It's not to be created with somebody else. And it's almost like your ancestors are around you. There's a witch doctor around you that is actually, I think, speaking to you in some type of dimension and helping you put the pieces of the puzzle together. Okay, on where you're lining to go with this. Because this is community. Something in your community. And that's why I feel like there could be a person that comes in and says that they'll help you in some way. Again, not to say that accepting help is a bad thing or whatever, because it's not. It just depends on what the terms are. of this so-called help. Okay, because sometimes people say that they're going to help you and they fuck the whole thing up. Some people say that they're going to help you and then they take over the entire project. Some people say they're going to help you and they do just that. They help you and then they go away. Or they don't expect anything in return, right? People do have like these hidden, stupid, secret ultimatums. And that's why it's like, if you're doing something in your community and you're on that last mile, don't add anybody into the equation now. You keep going yourself, okay? Like, I get offers all the time. I mean, because social media it's a scam, it's a joke, it's fake, okay? There are people that contact me on a regular basis about increasing my subscribers, increasing my views, increasing this, increasing that, and all I have to do is pay for it. That's it. So some of these TikTok people or Instagram people that you feel are popular because of their views could just be buying them. Okay, so be careful with who says who's going to help you. All right, who says who can share some love with you. Again, just because it looks like they're popular, they could have bought their popularity. And I know somebody, okay, who, fake it till you make it, okay, started ripping people off left, right, and center, taking all their ideas to do this one idea for herself. And nobody was biting. So she bought 10,000 subscribers to make herself look like she was legit. Okay, which, I mean, a company can tell, or people can tell if you're legit depending on when you open that page. You just opened it last week and suddenly you have 1,000 followers. Like, clearly we probably know it's fake. It's a scam. Okay, and she did get into, I would say, a somewhat popular kind of store, but they did yank her out very quickly. Okay, because she did not know what she was doing, and she looked like she was popular, but she wasn't. Okay, so just be careful with who you show your love to and want to give your money to and want to promote and want to give shout outs to when they could be complete fucking frauds. Okay, so just definitely solo magic, do it on your own. Spirit is like, you do not need anybody's help to do this. You have come this far. Don't let anybody take the credit for the show now, okay? And you'll notice with a lot of artists that end up getting bought in, they all come out with a first album, okay? Most artists all have one album, their very first album, that is just theirs, okay? You probably can't even get it. Sometimes you can get it, sometimes you can't. But then as soon as they're signed to that fucking label, they redo that first album the way that they want to do it, and then that band is taken over for life. Okay, for money. When nowadays, again, you can put yourself up on Spotify, you can put yourself up on Amazon, you can put yourself up on Apple, you can put your music everywhere now. There's apps to put your books up for people to read them. There's podcasts. You can make tarot readings and put them up as podcasts, okay? Honestly, there are so many things that you can do now. You just have to PR yourself. You just have to know where you're going. You have to know your goal and where you want to go and how you want to attain it and what you're going to do to get it and how much you're willing to spend, because you will have to spend some money, okay, on PR and advertising yourself and getting your name out there. And once you do, that shit will speak for itself. Especially if you're tattooing, that's got to be one of the hardest things to get into now because you need friends. Okay, you need to be tattooing people basically for free, okay? Because then they're going to tell people, hey, this person did this. And then you can charge the person who gets the reference, you know? Like, I mean, you want your fucking name out? Why do you think I do this for free? Why do you think I'm doing this right now? Right? Think about it. You think I'm doing this because I'm just a kind-hearted person? Yes, but I also get personal readings out of it. Hello, I also get paid, okay? So you got to think about, and I give hours, and I've given like, how many videos? I think I have 2.7 thousand videos up on YouTube. So 2,700 plus videos on YouTube, all for free, all on my spare time, all on my dime, my time, my phone. Okay, it's all done on my phone. Okay, I don't have some fancy little laptop or fancy little gadgets and fancy this. No, directly from Spirit, as raw as it gets, and this is how it's getting out. Okay, we're on our 4-year anniversary on YouTube now. Okay, YouTube gave us a little happy birthday thing today. It was funny. I don't know if it was, yeah, it actually, because it was August we started exactly 4 years ago, and I think it was the 3rd. I think I actually think it was August the 3rd, 2022. Yeah, oh my God, our channel is getting so old, people. All right, so don't go signing anybody to your solo gig just yet, okay? That's what I'm getting. So take it if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. They will not resonate for everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello. Sorry, I cannot really chat while I'm doing the reading because I start to stutter and get all fucked up. Take it if it resonates. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing. whitneymoonshine@gmail.com is how you get in touch with me for your personals. Here we go. Next reading. Yeah, I did want to start with this. Fucking devil right away. And the Babadook? Wow, somebody's being haunted. Oh, okay. So, if anybody was wondering if their house is haunted or if they have ghosts around them or if there's some type of paranormal activity going on with some type of demon inside their house, you are correct. Okay, I'm also picking up that there could be a haunted book in your house. Okay, be very careful of books and where you get them. They are objects, which means they can hold demons. They can be conduits. Okay, I feel like if you have not seen the Babadook, you may want to watch it, but it doesn't really matter about the movie per se, but it is about a spirit that comes through a book. It suddenly appears on a woman's bookshelf, and she reads the book to her child, and then the Babadook comes alive. Okay, you have to be very careful with books. All right, they are projections of somebody's mind. Okay, same with the phone. If you are on your phone and you're going through like haunted videos or like ghost videos and stuff, be careful because that sometimes I feel like those entities can come through your phone. Okay, because it is, again, your phone can be a conduit. Your phone can hold things, right? It's a projection, it's a mirror, it's a camera. Cameras are known to trap souls, also, kind of, they're almost like a ghost tattletale, right? The cameras back in the day, the way that the flash worked, used to capture orbs. Orbs are spirits. Okay, and I don't think cameras really do it too much anymore. I don't know what they did to flash, but they changed the flash. So then you don't get red eyes anymore and you don't see spirits. You realize that happened? We kind of like Mandela affected out of it, and people were like, "Oh, the red eye thing, that's a bad thing." And when really, I mean, if your eyes captured red in a picture, you were most likely possessed at the time. Just people don't want to say that. Okay, they don't want to say that there was a possession, and if you were a kid too, right? Because photographs back in the day were not a good thing. Okay, they were used to the ectoplasm. They were used to capture moments in time, and moments in time are not really supposed to be captured. So cameras are actually very dangerous. Okay, along with books. Okay, so I do feel like if you picked up a book or something, or if you picked up an antique somewhere along the way recently at like a yard sale, please dispose of it. And actually, you know what you can do? You can get an infrared app on your phone that goes around and projects the temperatures of the room and off of objects. Okay, like coffee, you would see red. Okay. Maybe want to download something like that onto your phone and maybe walk around your apartment and get your books out and see if anything is picking up a red. If it's picking up red and it's an object, it has a spirit in it and you should get rid of it. Okay, if you've never seen The Conjuring, you might want to watch it. It does explain how objects, just like coffee mugs, okay, little things like this that say curses and books and skulls, okay, they can all have attachments. They can all carry shit. I don't know exactly how it works, but it works, okay? So I feel like you know this. Like, I feel like you know what I'm talking about. Like, it could be a doll. All right. And you're just like, ever since this fucking doll came into the house, something's weird. Something's not right. Yeah. Cause it's got fucking him all over it. Okay. It's got something nasty all over it. And it's getting into your house and getting into your shit. Okay. And there's the high priestess. I feel like you know. If you know, you know. Okay. If this is happening, you know. If it's not happening, it doesn't resonate with you. All right. Anything else? Okay. So I feel like it's possible that you could have gotten hurt. This thing could have hurt you in some way, or like you woke up and you had scratches on you, or you've had bruises on you, or you have nightmares at night. Again, I think it's because you're being haunted. Okay. And there's huge victory here. I think you will win against it. Okay. I did watch this Netflix documentary, literally, like I just finished it today, and it's called True Haunting. And it's two different stories. One is about a guy and what he survives in college with paranormal activity. And then a woman who buys a house that has a ghost inside of it. And to be honest, the one with the ghost, the second story, there is hope at the end. She finds a psychic that sends this nasty spirit to the light. And I hope you guys can't hear wind. If you can, let me know. The house, the bad spirit gets sent to the light, and it's all about knowing who previously owned your property. Like, if this is something going on in your house, there could have been something that happened on that land, right? And some type of death that took place, or haunting that took place, or whatever this book is, or something. Okay, I'm not sure what it is that you're dealing with, but just know that paranormal activity is very it's getting more and more talked about. It's getting more and more popular, per se, but always remember that there's the light, there's the angels. Okay, there are bigger demons, or there are bigger lights than this asshole. Okay, so, and then there's water. Yeah, I feel like something needs to be cleansed. Something needs to be, yeah, cleansed, I feel like. Ooh. Okay. So, next message. Okay. So, I think, and this next message, again, we always say, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I feel like somebody is having dreams about you, like, inappropriate dreams about you. Hellraiser. Okay. Nightmare on Elm Street. I feel like whoever this person is that's having dreams about you, I feel like they froze you out in some way, possibly feeling like you were a foreigner. Okay. Like, yeah, suddenly somebody turned on you. Like, you weren't the person that they've known for their whole life. Like suddenly they were just like, you are an imposter, get out of here. And you're like, how can you say that? You're my mother. You gave birth to me. How can you say I'm not yours? I came out from between your legs. Okay, so something like that. Somebody is gossiping about you. They're talking shit. This person is a fucking monster. Okay, they're a monster. It's possible that, Krampus. It's possible that this is a family that was taken away from you, okay, through some type of weird event. Either they all like turned on you, or suddenly you turned on them, or like you didn't like them anymore. Something, there was a conspiracy, Krampus. Something around Christmas, maybe. Something happened and the illusion was kind of taken off. Okay, and somebody really showed their true face. Like they came out without their mask on by accident, and they didn't realize, oh my God, I don't have my face on. And you saw them. Okay, and it is a mind fuck. You've got some type of like the universe let you see something, okay, regarding these people that are talking shit about you. Tessellate is playing. Okay, so wait it out. Oh, okay, I have to read what the, hold on. Okay, there's a song called Tessellate, and I actually haven't listened to it for a while, and it played the other day, and then it played again, and it shouldn't have played again. So I went, okay, Spirit, like you got my attention. Normally you don't do that. But I don't care, because all I want to do. Told you guys, I've been watching way too much King of Queens. Doug Heffernan just makes me laugh. Come on. Okay, tessellate means to cover a flat surface with a repeating pattern. Okay, that's not it. It's picking up that it's a song, but it's not giving me a different meaning for it. It's okay, so a pattern. A square. So, okay. So maybe what I'm getting is like something, because even with Jason, it's a lie. I don't think Jason actually died. Okay, so it's possible that somebody out there, okay, is repeating a pattern by laying the foundation down, okay, that the camp counselors, i.e. you, killed their son, did something, okay, broke the law in some way. And it's like they want people to seek active revenge on you for doing this. And the kid never even died. Nothing happened. They're just pointing their finger at you to blame you for something. It's unexplained. Fox Mulder. It just doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. They somehow combined a story and another story with another person and another thing, and you ended up the villain again. Somehow. And I think they act like all emotional about it, like even to talk about it hurts them. And they have been pulling teeth, bro. Okay, with this energy. And it's all for like sex. It's all for a relationship. It's all for a feeling. You know, they're doing something to you to get excitement. Private property. It's like I feel like you are blocked off from them now. It's like you're not on the same road as them anymore. You can exit. Because you're supposed to be bigger than what you are. These people are keeping you small by blaming you and seeking active revenge. It's weakening you. It's hurting you in some way, you know? And you're out there trying to do something and they're acting like, okay, so now I'm getting, there was this other documentary I watched and a lady was accused of something that she did not do, and her father has a small company in the community, and once she got, his daughter, you know, got accused of doing something, suddenly nobody came into a shop anymore and he lost it. And once she got exonerated and you know, let go and all the charges were dropped, you know, her father's business never started again. Like it was forever fucking canceled, you know, because of her getting blamed for something because the cops didn't do their job properly. She gets blamed for something. And then suddenly that 20 years that her father had that business open, making those clients and getting that loyalty, it's just gone suddenly. Like a fucking flushing a shit down the toilet. It's just gone and it's never going to be seen again. And you worked all that time to get it. And it was stripped away from you from a false accusation, false imprisonment, false claim, false police report, false. Wasn't right. And that's why these people are monsters. I mean, Spirit wouldn't just categorize them that, you know, because they were having a bad day. Like, no, that's a monster. That's somebody wearing a mask and walking around acting a certain way and a certain, okay, around everybody. But like I said, you caught them without their mask on. You know who they really are without that shit on. So they can put that mask on and act like they're fucking Superman, fucking Batman, fucking, I don't give a shit, okay? The masked, you know, I'm just getting the, who is that? The something Strangler? The Scranton Strangler? Okay, I don't give a shit what mask they're wearing all the time and that people seem to think is their real face. You told people, listen, that's a mask. Listen, that's a mask. Listen, you all want to look at this person. They're wearing a mask, okay? but no one wants to listen to you. And that's the thing is, I had this vision once of this man who walked into this, what would be like a gallery. Okay. It was all white around, and there was a table with a simulation on top. Okay. I don't know what it was, but it was a bunch of wine glasses and caviar and pate and right. And then just below it, like actually written on the table, it said, "This is a simulation. Please lift up the curtain for the real thing." And these people walked in, looked at the simulation, read the sign, knew that they needed to lift the curtain to see the real thing, but the simulation was too good, so they just walked away. So that, in my mind, is an analogy to say that somebody was told the truth, but they were somehow illusioned, okay? And they took the bright, shiny thing, the pretty thing, okay? And when they were told to look at the truth, they knew what it was, but they took the bright, shiny thing instead. Okay? And that happens in very many things. That's why this is tarot and it's general messages. It's an analogy. It's a river. If that flows near something or around something that you think, hey, I feel like that's something I went through, then that's what Spirit's trying to tell you. Okay, is that you caught this person, I just heard, with their pants down, right? You caught them doing something, and everybody else, sure, yeah, they're a great person. No, that it's a lie. Okay, it's interesting, we got the switch around card, which makes me think something's going to be switching around here. Okay, like the victim now becomes the perpetrator, now becomes the monster. Can't play victim while you're running around with a machete in your hand chasing collective. You know what I mean? The oldies but goodies. See, I feel like, you know, it might have been the oldies and goodies in their mind, and everything was great and fantastic in their mind, and yours, you know the difference. That's why these people, it's like they can't pull a fast one over you. That's how you saw the bullshit. Everything that was sugar-coated, all the trips, all the presents, all the bullshit, you know that all came with ultimatums. And by the way, we just spent that on you, and you can't wear those clothes, you know, somewhere. I paid, you know, good money for them. You can't go rolling around the dirt. You can't go over to your friend's house with the things I just bought you. It's like somebody definitely, you know, they had the nice things, but were they allowed to use them? Were they allowed to, you know, roll around in those expensive jeans? You know, were they really allowed to wear those shoes? Right? Probably not. So you saw through the illusion. Like, oh, we're making great memories. Or are you forcing us to be somewhere acting like a family when you know damn well we're not? Okay? Like, you know, I was thinking today, look at third-party interference. Like, I was thinking today, this stupid, like, my father and his wife just wanted to paint this picture that we were this beautiful, nuclear, perfect family, okay? And for one, it was, you know, their second marriages, okay? Nothing was perfect whatsoever. So I don't know why they were trying to paint this facade that we were this perfect little beaver cleaver family. When, I mean, they were miserable, okay? And they took us to this place where a battle went down, like 100,000 years ago, okay? We had to go to this place with this deserted, beaten down wall that was a castle at one point, and walk around, and they took pictures, and it was the stupidest fucking day I ever had in my life. And for some reason, I was thinking about it today. It just flashed into my mind. And I remember thinking to myself that was like a 3-hour car ride for a bullshit trip with a nuclear family that doesn't even like one another, okay? And yet takes a lot of pictures and then goes around and spreads it like fucking wildfires, that we just had the best day of our lives when nobody was talking. My stepmother was full of shit and angry the entire day. My father didn't want to have to spend any money, so he was angry that he had to. But we took a lot of pictures, so we must have been happy, right? Like, are you fucking kidding me? No. Worst day ever. Worst trips, worst experiences. And the worst thing of it was that it was with a family that was being so fucking fake that they're still to this day, 35 years later, trying to make it seem real. When they know it was fake from the second it started, and it's still fucking fake to this day. But they're married, so it must be real, right? No. I just think some people just get so brainwashed into believing that life has to be a certain way that they just don't change and they live it. Because why change your life and be happy, right? You're going to lose your house and you're going to lose your fucking ball and chain and you're going to have to be on your own. You're going to have to cook your own dinner and oh my God, you're not going to have 2 incomes. Heaven forbid you love yourself. Heaven forbid you get away from nasty relationships. Heaven forbid you leave monsters at the door. No. You got to put on a fake facade. You got to put that mirage on that you're a wonderful, beautiful couple when people fucking know the truth. Clearly they do, or it wouldn't be coming up like this. Like, yeah, it might be some conspiracy theories around this and it might not really seem like something weird's going on. Like, everybody knows the truth. Okay, so you saw it, and I think that's all that Spirit wants to say is, listen, it doesn't matter if still 30 years later, nobody is recognizing the elephant in the room of this fucking twat that is wearing a mask and acting like you killed their son who's standing alive right in front of them. Okay, I don't know why they're acting like this. I don't know why they're doing this, but they're a monster, and that's why Krampus took them away from you. Because you didn't need them around anymore. They're people that are going to hurt you. They're going to keep using your name and damaging you as the culprit to all their misery, when how can you be the culprit to their misery? Doesn't make sense. Okay, so we got the mimosa. Thank God. Have a drink, sit down, fucking pop that champagne. All right, ain't none of this shit on you. Actually, as I said, pop that. Look at the volcano pops. Actually, I was just watching Anne Hesh and in a movie, and she is also in the movie Volcano, which is my sister's favorite movie. Good old Tommy Lee Jones and Anne Hesh. I feel like I feel like because this mask is on, I feel like this person, they really, really hide their personality. Okay. It's quite alarming how much this person can hide who they really are. But as much as I feel like they want credit for that, Spirit knows who they are. Okay. So they might be making a lot of assumptions that make them look like an idiot right now. Okay. That they have somebody fooled, okay, with their tactics, some type of stealth operation going on. I saw the word stealth and I was like, oh, okay. So you think you're doing this below radar and nobody knows what you're doing. You think you're that covert. Okay. You're not, because Spirit knows. And that's the thing is anybody trying to cultivate anything, anybody trying to get some type of master plan in their mind, Spirit is listening to everything they're saying. And remember the movie City of Angels? You know how those angels hang out in the library because people are reading in their minds and they can sit there and listen to them reading aloud. Okay, always remember that. How do you think I can hear Spirit? If I can hear this message coming into my mind and I can see projections that Spirit's showing me so then I can get the message out, do you not think these things are not in their heads too? Clocking everything, listening to everything, recording everything. And I mean, again, they can act like there's no spiritual world. They can act like they're just in the Matrix and it's just them and the plugin and what they can see because they base their whole world off 3D. And if they can't see it, then it's not there. Okay. They can't see ghosts. It's not there. Even if something falls off their shelf, it was the wind. Okay. They will debunk it. Right. Well, you're standing with Spirit going, I can see everything. They can't see shit. You can see everything. Spirit everything. And like, trust your gut, trust your instincts, trust how you feel when you get around people. Like if you get around somebody and you just suddenly get uncomfortable and you start scratching your skin, you know, you're just like, your body starts moving, you start getting antsy, you can feel something in your chest. That is other people. That, my friend, is called empathy. You are now feeling other people. And that is a bitch. But it's also very, very, what do you want to say? It's like sneaky of spirit. Okay, because, okay, for instance, I drove by my sister's ex-husband last night. And you guys know, he robbed her, he bankrupted her, he killed her son. Okay, this man deserves an award for being the worst husband ever. Okay? I mean, obviously there are worse cases, but anyways, I drove by him last night, and the one way that I knew that it was him, okay, because picture this. When you are in your energy, you know how you are. You know how you are in the moment. If that suddenly changes and you see somebody around you, okay, and you're like, your energy is changing and you're getting like antsy and your heart is pumping, yo, that's somebody else's energy. That is not yours. And you're feeling that somebody is very anxious. And you know why they're anxious? Because they're looking at you. And you might be a trigger to people. Okay, whether you know that you are or not, you could just be a trigger and you don't even know it. You could be a trigger because you do know it. You could be a trigger because you're attached to it. You could be a trigger because you're just around it, right? Regardless, spirit will use you as a conduit to project other people's emotions towards you. So then you know how they feel. So then you can either join in the conversation or exit the community. You know what I mean? You have to trust how you feel around people. And when I drove by him, I was on my way somewhere. I was in such a good mood. Okay. I was flying high on cloud 9. Okay. I always am. Like, that's where my spirit is. It's high. Okay. He is low. So my energy went from high to very low. And then I went, oh, okay, that was Dan. And then my energy came back. I continued on with my drive. I know exactly who he is and how he's represented with energy. Everybody is energy. Your heart has literal electricity inside of it. Your heart has to be started every pump with an electrical charge. Why do you think you're electrically charged when your heart stops? With the pumps, because you have your own little electricity in there. You got your own little spark, and that beeps every time. That little spark brings your heart back every time to make a beep. So then your blood gets going everywhere. Okay. You know who you are. And if you know how your energy is, you're going to know why and when it fluctuates by noticing who just entered your energy. Because now somebody is around you, they can see you, they can hear you, they can feel you, and now you can feel them. Okay, so as much as they want to act like spirit doesn't exist, and God doesn't exist, and when you die, you're just dead, okay, great theories, awesome. I could be completely insane and hearing nothing but voodoo words from my own mind, okay? I don't really know how any of this, I don't know who is real and who is fake, but I trust my guides. I trust what I hear. And because I have seen and witnessed spirit in action, so I know it's not just me up in here. If I want there to be other things because I need guidance and I need help and I need to get somewhere, spirit's there. They're just in my head. That's where they're supposed to be. Exactly where they're supposed to be. Okay? So they can act like there is no universe and dreams don't exist. If you see your dreams every night, then them saying dreams don't exist is a lie because you've seen them, right? Seeing is believing. It's not, well, sorry, believing is seeing, but also if you see it, believe it because you're seeing it for a reason. So a quick little spiritual talk. 101 there, people. Just so you know, I do give my wonderful insight from spirit to you as much as possible. So then you know that you are not alone. And spirit's here with you. But though they're far away, they're always here to stay. All right? Oh my God, I was singing some song the other day and I changed the words and it matched up perfectly. And I was like, oh my God, I love changing the words of songs and making them my own songs. Big up if anybody else does that. Okay? No judgment to the artist. I just love changing the words of songs and then making them funny. My sister loves when I do that too. I always make her laugh. If you're not laughing in life, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Please don't be crying, because that would just be awful. I'm a little off-center there. Sorry about that. Hugs from Romania. I just heard Transylvania. Is that where Dracula lives? Does Dracula live in Romania? Okay, so one quick conspiracy theory before we move on. I really hope you guys can't feel that wind or hear that wind. Obviously, you're not going to be able to feel it, but you might be able to hear it. Anyways, so I'm watching this conspiracy theory video. And, okay, so wherever Dracula's castle is, it's in the Alps or something, apparently. And so this guy went there to go hiking. And he decided, he left his friend at the hotel and decides he's going to go hike Dracula's castle at night by himself. Why do people do this? I have no idea. And so he leaves his friend a message at like 3 a.m. saying that something happened and he had to jump the wall into Dracula's castle, and he had to get into the castle. I think a storm came or something. Winter. So he had to get into the castle for like safety. And so he sent his friend a voice message saying where he was and what time it was. And that he was super scared, but he'd be back in the morning, and he was never found again. Like, you heard the recording. Again, like, who knows if any of this shit is actually real? I don't know. But I got goosebumps the whole. So if it's not real, that is spirit telling me to stay the fuck away from Dracula. I mean, Roseanne, she said that they exist. So I'm just going to be over here while they can be in their Slovenian world. Okay? No harm to you and no harm to me. The real world is crazy. Okay. What are we at? 54. All right. Last message, people. Take what resonates and discard what doesn't. Lightning. Remember I was just talking about lightning in your heart? Shot through the heart. Self-absorbed narcissist. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. So kind of seems like, and I don't know if this is first person or if this is third person and this is like the Cross Watchers or something like that. But I feel like somebody goes from a very like narcissistic, self-absorbed kind of catalyst lifestyle to some type of shocking transformation. Because, okay, so I feel like somebody who is very much in their ego, acting like they are King Tut on Tut's Mountain, okay, owns everything. I just heard MC Hammer, can't touch this, okay, energy, very narcissistic, obviously, very much in their ego. And they get this, what up, Steven? There's my moderator. They get this sudden, something happens, okay? And they are just heartbroken. It seems like they go from, again, like too hot to trot, you know, too cold to hold, right? Just absolutely just the king of everything, to heartbroken suddenly with nothing. Okay, so I feel like spirit is about to transform somebody's life, and it is not, it's you know, it's a bad person that gets a huge reality check. Okay, that they can't just possibly pay their way out of this. Okay, that something has been broken. Okay, and I think that they never loved it to begin with. That's where their ego was. Okay, that's like a father being more interested in the label, I'm a father, but never shows up, never there for his kids, doesn't cook them dinner, doesn't take care of them, doesn't look after them, but he's dad, right? Oh, I'm dad. I pay for everything. I'm dad. I'm dad. I'm dad. But you don't act like a dad. You don't look like a dad. You're never around like a dad. You don't console like a dad. You don't support like a dad, right? It's something like that. Like, but they love bomb. So then they'll come home and they'll bring all these gifts. Okay, after they've been gone, like, oh, I'm dad, but I come home with gifts. You know, I come home with money. I come home with all this stuff. Yeah, but you're never home. Like, so you come home with money, but you're not a dad. You're just a breadwinner. You're just somebody that comes home with money. You're just, you love bomb, and then you go away again. And then you come back, you love bomb, and then you go away again, right? They love bomb, so then it shows that it can try to seem like they love you, right? Like they're going to give you all this attention, but they do that so then they can disappear, right? So then they can go somewhere for a while and you won't ask or you won't say anything because they just brought you home a gift, right? My stepfather used to do that. He would disappear for hours at a time, but then bring my mother home something, right? So then she didn't throw a temper tantrum as to why he just left to go get the newspaper and didn't come back for 7 hours. Okay. But now he's got a bottle of vodka in his hand or a bottle of wine in his hand. So my mom's okay with it. Right. Well, after a certain amount of time, one might not like those gifts anymore and maybe want an explanation as to why they were gone this whole time, or why they didn't call, or why they felt the need to leave and then just suddenly appear whenever they want to. Okay? And it's like, maybe somebody just thinks, well, my money's going to keep you around. My money's going to keep my wife there. My money's going to keep my family there. Your money's also going to pay alimony and child support soon, so go fuck yourself. You got to watch these people that grab their wallet every time something goes wrong. Why are you grabbing your wallet? We had a fight. Why are you grabbing your wallet? You've been gone for 3 weeks. Why are you grabbing your wallet? Right? And honestly, this person, they might make it seem like they're working really hard because they travel or they're working really hard because they're gone. They actually are not. I don't know what they're doing, but they're not working. Okay, I heard they're fucking around. So, and that's what my sister's husband used to do. He used to take off, go to the city all the time, and he was getting things done on himself in the city. Okay, my sister was hundreds of miles away and had no idea. He knew what he was doing. And you know what? Once I started working for him, I realized how little he actually did work, and that he might be gone for 10 hours, but he only does about an hour or two a day of actual work. And the rest is schmoozing with other drug dealers and going skateboarding around town. Okay, but he really wasn't fucking working. That's for sure. Okay. Queen, oh my God, I didn't realize Queen of Swords in reverse. This person is a fucking liar. And that's why they're suddenly going to be heartbroken. And that's what, you know, when you're getting money coming in and your husband's just throwing money at you, you might not ask where it came from. You might not ask, hey, by the way, how are we paying the mortgage? How are we paying our bills? How you just come home with cash all the time, but you're not telling me where this cash came from. No, they're going to lie to you anyways. And they're going to say, or maybe somebody didn't ask where the money was coming from. Okay. And or this person was just lying to begin with, because they're a King of Cups in reverse, a Queen of Swords in reverse, and a King of Cups in reverse. This person does not love you. They are not heart attached, okay? And they lie through their fucking teeth, and they're strategic about their lies, okay? It's not just like they tell one lie. They will tell 5 or 6 different lies just for that one lie to stick. They're a mastermind. They know what they're doing. And that's what my sister's ex-husband knew. He knew how to lie. And he knew how to lie, about lying, and then just all of a sudden waving his hands around and then disappearing. And my sister had no idea what he was doing. He bought multiple properties all behind her back. He started companies all behind her back. He put her in school while he ran around town doing whatever he wanted. And it worked because she didn't ask any questions because she was in school. Okay, once she got out of school, realized what he was doing, shit changed. Page of Swords. It's like once the information comes, or once you start to seek it, I feel like you're going to get a lot of information. A lot of information. What up, Heidi? Oh, how's everybody doing? Happy Monday, civic holiday. Hey, once that information, once you start to seek, you will receive. Okay? And look at that. See, like I do feel like somebody was acting like a father with a child, and they're not. Okay? And that's going to be shown. Okay? It's like something was a little bit blurry and something was a little bit hard to see, but it's going to be pretty crystal clear very soon. Justice. Okay. And then there's the Magician. Remember I said he used to just like wave his hands in front of my sister and give this speech. He was always speeches all the time of how he thinks that everything should go, and you need to do this and I'll do this, and just like a fucking drill sergeant. Okay. And she never really understood. There's the Moon. It was all very illusioned, you know, didn't really understand how much power he had over her by keeping her in the dark about so many things. Okay. And I think because his mind is taken up by a very demonic presence. Okay. He's been possessed for a very long time. It's a very greedy demon. It steals money from people. It lies to people. And surprisingly, you don't have to be an alcoholic to get an attachment. Okay. Especially something that gets into your brain, you know, gets into your thoughts and it controls you. There is something very demonic that controls him. And because he doesn't drive his own vehicle, he doesn't have control of himself. He doesn't know that something else is running his machine because he's too lazy and won't do it himself. He's somebody that likes to pay people to do things. He won't actually work, right? And if you don't want to work for spirit, then it's almost like spirit will take you over, right? Because then they just use you. Attachment. Okay, so he has this attachment, and to be honest, it makes him very entitled. It makes him a brat. It makes him feel like he is the most popular girl in school and he deserves to have the most, and that he can stomp on other people's heads to get where he is, and he can take from you if he wants. It's a very, very nasty energy. And if you feel that, if you feel in your head like you can just do whatever you want to people and you can hurt people, that is not a good sign. Okay, that is something in your head and it's leaking out, because spirit would never tell you to hurt anybody. Demons would. Okay, spirit will never tell you to go out and run somebody over with your car because you've had a bad day, but the devil will. Okay, so somebody is very possessed and it's all in their mind, and the illusion power that they had over you is done. They actually don't have any power at all. It's this thing overpowering them. Okay, and I think they're going to break soon, and they're going to cry. And when they cry, that demon will leave them. Crying is a natural way of cleansing the body, okay, and cleansing the darkness inside, right? It's clearing. You know, it's a way that these attachments that are attached to your emotions and attached to your water have an exit, because you force them out by breaking the spell, crying, okay, and by crying, you go against the anger and the enemy that is them. Because now you're crying, you have surrendered, which is the next card, Judgment. Okay, once you cry, it releases your mind. You see how his mind is, it's reflecting on a past memory. Okay, and when Billy does that, he is able to come back into his body because he attaches with a memory from the past, and it brings him back because the mind flayer is taking over him. Okay, which would be this demonic presence that's inside of them. It takes them over. It tells them what to do. It changes them. And because they're a magician, they are strategic in their moves and they know what they're doing because they've played a lot of games. And those games are dangerous games, but they've played them, and they played them with the devil, and they know kind of what they're doing, but they don't understand that they're playing with the devil. I think they think they're just playing their own little game. I don't think they understand that they're actually being used themselves as a conduit. Okay, so I feel like they're going to have quite a bit of a reality check here. Okay, that people aren't going to give a shit about them just because of the material things that they buy. Okay, welcoming new love. Open your heart. So I feel like whoever they're with has closed their heart up on them, and they want to open it back up again, but not with this person. Okay, so I feel like they've locked themselves up and they've locked that person out of their energy, and now they're about to move on. And this person that they've locked out is going to wake up, because I feel like it's possible somebody's going to midnight move, or somebody's going to leave while this person is out of town or on their so-called business trips and come back to an empty house. Okay, and that's their judgment. You know, that's what they have to face for playing games and love bombing all the time when they're a King of Cups in reverse. You can't really love bomb when you don't even love to begin with. Okay, 69 on the clock, Cancer energy. There's the coffin. Okay, so I do feel like somebody that's the shit end of this stick, okay, is about to break free. They might even go out and have a one-night stand with somebody. Which is hilarious. Okay, but I also do feel like with these keys, I do feel like if you're leaving somebody or planning on leaving somebody, I do feel like there are going to be a couple options that pop up. Like somebody might be like, hey, you know, I'm out of town for a little while. You can stay at my place. Somebody be like, hey, I know this apartment that you can rent. Hey. There might be quite a bit of offers that suddenly fall out of the sky because this person wants to make a serious change, but they're going to need help to do it. Okay, because unfortunately they have to leave the narcissist King of Pentacles that has all the money. See, look at that. They literally are planning on running from this love. They really are. And I think that that's maybe why they choose the one night stand, or maybe they have a one night stand and then this person is like, why don't you just move in with me? You know, why don't you just stay with me for a little while you do this? Okay. Because I do feel like if you do this for yourself, you're doing yourself good, and the universe will reward you with good. Oh yeah, well, Stephen, you would know. So there you go, a little man on man action, a little lady on lady. All right, no one's here to pass judgment on that shit. So if you do, get the fuck out of here. All right, love is love. Okay, love is love, and when you love yourself and you give yourself self-love and you show yourself that you do not have to live like a prisoner and lock yourself up and live like you did something wrong, it's liberating. Okay, it really is liberating. It really is like rising out of the coffin and just changing everything and getting on to the new and away from the old. I mean, what has been done has been done. It can't be replaced. It can't be kind of patched up. It has to be replaced. Therefore, the damage is irreparable. Okay, so you either have to move on as if it never happened, or it's never going to fix itself. You can't just patch it and blow the tires back up and think, oh yeah, hey, I could ride around on this like they're brand new. They're going to blow again. Okay, the patches won't hold. That's why somebody can't keep this relationship together anymore with somebody who doesn't love them and who lies all the time. That how are you supposed to stay in a connected, grounding relationship with somebody who flies the coop, lies, and doesn't love you? It's impossible. I mean, I know a lot of magicians, but that's a fucking magic act that I would love to see in action, because that would be hard. Okay, doing all that shit, seduction. There's definitely some flirting going on in here. Like maybe this person, like I feel like somebody's gonna meet somebody, you know, like I feel like once they leave this relationship, they get into this whole other world, you know, and they're I don't know, they're gonna be dating a lot or something. I don't know. Maybe you're gonna be dating a lot soon and getting out there and meeting people after a really hard kind of transition, a really hard relationship with somebody. Okay, whatever it is, running from this love. Okay, because it's not love. It might look like it, but again, it's only because someone's used to the love bombing that they think that it's love, but it's not. Okay, and running away from this magician that lies, probably the best thing you ever did. And I do feel like you will get rewarded because of that. Okay, and if you feel like you have something inside of you, cry. Have a good cry and see how much better you feel after that cry. Okay, because it really might release you from something that's been holding on to your emotional state for way too long. Okay, and then we have I like you. That is adorable, because I do feel like whoever this person is that I'm talking about, okay, that is about to flee, midnight move, pocket on the pier of somebody, okay, it's like they do get rewarded really quick. And they, you might have somebody that kind of comes out right away and says, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you left your husband, or I'm so glad that you moved away from your wife, because I've always wanted to tell you how I felt about you. I've always wanted to tell you that I love you, and that, like, it could be something like that, but they've just never said anything because you were together with somebody for a while. Okay, but there definitely is new beginnings. All right, damn right, Stephen. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Yeah. Somebody's ready to make some new memories, okay? And stop chasing the past, and stop chasing this King of Cups in reverse, okay? And rise again, okay? Because I feel like there is somebody around you, or somebody around this person that really likes them, okay? But they won't say anything as long as they're in this relationship with this King of Cups in reverse, because they think that they love this person, right? So no one's going to say anything to you about how they feel about you if they think that you actually love your partner. They're not going to be like, hey, by the way, I got a dirty crush on you. If you got drunk with them or were sitting with them and talking about how much you hate your partner and how much you hate your husband and that you want to leave them, they'll probably be like, hey, yeah, by the way, I'm in love with you. Okay, so somebody might have a friend out there, okay, that they've kind of been keeping in touch with while they've been in this relationship with somebody else. And I feel like that friend is the person that really likes you. Okay, and they've been friends with you because they're trying to keep an eye on you. Like, like they care about you. They care about your well-being. And maybe they knew that this relationship that you were in was complete bullshit from day one, and they just wanted to watch out for you. And honestly, last analogy I'm getting, when I worked at this place, this guy came in, and I was starting to get to know him pretty well. And one day, we were just chit-chatting or whatever about our lives, and I started talking about my sister and her ex-husband, and he goes, is that the guy who owns, and then said the name that he owns? I go, yeah, that's him. And he goes, that's your sister is his ex-wife? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, they only ever heard one side, and that was the guy that bankrupted her and stole everything, right? Obviously, he's going to have a side to why he did what he did to my sister, but nobody knows my sister's side, which is why I talk about my sister's side, right? Because nobody knows what her side is, so I like to tell it. And he said to me, well, I know who your sister's ex-husband is with right now. I go, what do you mean? I didn't even know he was dating anybody. I didn't know nothing. We had left town for years and came back. He pulled up on his phone his friend who was dating my sister's ex-husband and showed me the kids that he had with her and the fake life that he bought and all this shit. That's what he got out of bankrupting my sister and killing his fucking first son off. He just made this whole other life. I had to come home and tell my sister what her ex-husband did, and that he just completely erased her and made this new whole family while bankrupting her and stealing from her. He bought himself a whole new family. I had to tell her all that. I had to be the bearer of bad news that this guy just thinks that he can kick one lady out of his life and just make a whole new one. Are you fucking kidding me? You don't think that no one's going to find, you don't, wow. Okay. That was really hard, to tell her. I mean, because we know who he really is. She doesn't. New chick, I don't think she might know some shit about him, but she'll never know who he really is. Okay. And what a monster he really is, because people like to wear masks. Okay. And they like to make it seem like they're Mr. Businessman and I'm Mrs., boss bitch. No, you're fucking not. Your shit stinks just like everybody else. Here we go. Trying to tell me that are you trying to tell me you're unique? No, well, you're not. Okay, so, and he acts like Mr. Businessman. I'm Mr. Business, and I could own businesses, what kind of man in his fucking right would bankrupt his wife? Like, Are you a businessman? I don't really think you are, but he, you know, he is very entitled and he's a brat and he's very greedy. And because he made the money while my sister was at school, he took all the money. And he put my sister in school for a reason. She had the full-time job in the beginning. She was the breadwinner. She had all the money while he was in rehab with his opiate disorder. Okay, he ripped her life from her. He stole everything from her. And then when she had nothing, he left her. And then moved some bitch in right away and fucked with her. Okay, got this girl out of her town, out of her career as a rebound, and then kicked her out of the house. I mean, this guy is a fucking world-class douchebag. Okay, and, you know, people will pay the price. They will pay for their sins. If I have to see that motherfucker driving around, he did something wrong. Okay? Because all I see is my father and my sister's ex-husband. What's that say for you? I don't see anybody else driving around town except those two assholes. Okay? Those two gotta be so in trouble, I don't even know what to say about that. Okay? Oh my God. This is how powerful I am. I went to this cafe the other day. Literally, I think it was 6 weeks ago. Yeah, about 6 weeks ago, I went to this cafe. It was on my new drive, and I thought, I had seen it for about a month or so, and I thought, you know what, I'll stop in, get a coffee, see what it's like. It was so creepy in there, for one. Okay, it looked like a haunted ghost story just walking in there. It looked like it was just trapped in 1977. I don't know, it was really weird anyways. And it's up for sale. After that day, I went in. She used to park her car out front, and it said fresh coffee. And after I went there, I kid you not, I went there on like a Friday. I only saw the car parked outside the shop once. I used to see it every day for like 4 or 5 weeks straight. I drove by there 5 days a week and saw this car, okay, parked out front, fresh coffee, which is why I went in. Suddenly I get a fresh coffee. The SUV's gone. The following Monday, I go to work, no SUV on the road. It's suddenly gone. And then not yesterday, but the day before, because it's in this weird part of town, so I'm driving. I can't just like stop and look in all the time, right? So I finally got a clear look at it while I was driving by there again 2 days ago, and for rent sign in the window, for sale sign in the window. She's gone, bitch. Took one time going in there to get a coffee. And about 5 weeks later or so, the shop gets put up for sale. I mean, you got to understand the power, okay? If that happens to you, if you happen to finally go into a shop that you've been wanting to go into, or go into a store and then suddenly it's closed, you know, that's you shutting it the fuck down. That's judgment, your judgment. And there are certain people that are judgment. They come by your path for a reason, because you are either going to send them to their death, which is their transformation, their for rent sign. Suddenly they move, they pack it up, they divorce, they move on, something like that. They lose their job. That is you. That's what you do. And there's a lot of people who have different jobs out here, and you know, we all do different things. Think of us all as the major arcana. There are high priestess out there. Okay, there are emperors out there. There are hangman out there. There are people who are the justice, the court system. There are people out there that are the sun. There are the people out there that are the stars, the connectors. Okay, think of us as the majors, and there's a major in you. There's probably a couple. Okay, and you use those gifts all around you. That's why we communicate. That's why we have jobs. That's why we go out. That's why we travel. So then we can commit and create and come together with people. So then we can do things, and we can barter and trade our gifts with people. And that's probably why you see your dreams. Those are your gifts, and those are the things that you share with people, right? And I mean, the world is a magical place. Okay, so whitneymoonshine@gmail.com for all personal readings. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Steven. You kick-ass buddy. And yeah, for all the newbies, thank you for liking the video. All right, peace out. 444 on the clock, and we will see you on the flip side.